whatever reason, for me personally, I just felt so excited and thrilled to have been a part of this thing. I mean, even today we were sitting in Hall H and we saw a preview for the next season. And I was like moved to I was like, I can't believe, because I don't often watch this show. And I was like, I can't believe that we're a part of this thing.
Hey everyone, it's Steven Weintraub with Collider, and we are back at San Diego Comic-Con 2026, and I am here with a whole bunch of people from Star Trek Strange New Worlds. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Wonderful. Great, thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing excellent. You guys, I guess, just got off stage in Hall H. I know that room is packed today. I was moderating in there the last 2 days. The thing that I noticed, because you can only really see the first 15 rows, is everyone has their phone up. Yeah. Did you guys notice that?
Yes.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
A lot of phones and a lot of it feels like a fever dream because there are so many people in so many different cosplays. So you're seeing Elf sit next to Princess Bubblegum, and it's incredible. Comic-Con's amazing for that.
You can only really see the sort of front 10% of that room. Well, that's what if you block the lights and you see how big the room is, it blows you away.
Yeah, and listen, I love San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to Comic-Cons all around the world. This is my favorite one. It's just a great con. And anyway, and also thanks to all the volunteers, and it's just an amazingly run thing. So before we jump into Star Trek, everyone has been coming in. I've been doing get to know your cast member. So it's get to know your Star Trek cast member. We are not going to
More?
What?
Even more than we already do? For 5 years.
Well, I swear we will find some stuff out. And so we're not going to do all these questions, but I have 49 questions in front of me. Whoa. All you do is just pick a number. So please pick a number between 1 and 49.
17.
This is nice.
Do you have a personal shortcut to get into character? And each person, only you will answer this question. Everyone else will pick a different number.
A personal shortcut to get into character? I guess as soon as that wig gets plopped on my head, that feels transformative. Yeah. That's the shortest cut I can think of.
Sure. Please pick a number.
22, my lucky number.
What's a movie or TV show you go back to for inspiration?
Ooh, for Uhura? I don't know. I think, what's a good one?
Oh, it could be for anything.
Oh, for anything that I look to for inspiration? I love The Wiz. That's one of my childhood favorite movies. The Wiz or Coming to America. It depends on what I'm seeking inspiration for. But if I'm seeking a good laugh, Coming to America. Or Bridesmaids if I want to be really funny.
Sure. Who wants to go first? 1 to 49.
Science fiction deep cut here. Ready? 42. You get that.
Yeah, Douglas Adams. Favorite movie theater snack?
Depends on which theater. I mean, because there's AMC and then there's Alamo Drafthouse.
These are radically different things.
Yeah. I would say for the general movie theater snack, I'm gonna have to go with maybe Twizzlers.
Sure.
Milk Duds.
Yeah, Milk Duds.
And popcorn. Sometimes dump them in.
100%. The only proper way to eat that is to dump it into the popcorn and have a party. You know what I mean? Please pick a number.
36.
Number 36. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, answer it, Ethan.
A Boy Named Sue.
I like how that was immediate.
It's the only
Ethan
one I sing.
Hates
it's the only
karaoke.
I hate karaoke.
I've never met anybody who hates karaoke
song.
more than Ethan.
But has a beautiful voice.
Yes, beautiful singing voice.
Okay, I'm going to do real fast. One more round. Please pick a number.
28.
What's the best fan interaction you've had and the weirdest?
Well, I guess my most recent story is that I just introduced my 5-year-old niece to Star Trek last week, and she is completely enthralled. She's watched the first 4 episodes of Strange New World Season 4 and then made me play Star Trek with her the other night for an hour and a half, but she wanted to play my character and I had to be Spock. So she's the newest fan, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have a new Trekkie in the universe.
That's amazing. Yeah. I really hope you filmed you playing Spock.
There was no one there to film because we were too busy trying to find the power on the planet to power up the ship.
Of course.
Yeah.
That makes...
But you've been studying for so long to play Spock.
I've been watching everything you do.
Please pick a number.
8.
If you could have a song play when you enter a room, what would that song be?
Wow.
So, God, this is a perfect question for me, and there are so many answers, but one that I was listening to this morning while getting into glam was Swangin' by Mint Condition. Love that song. It's so good. It's like big band, lots of horns, just something very epic. Or Joint 3 by Cisco Swank, which is a song nobody in this room knows. But yeah, I love big band sound, real funky, weird time signatures.
Please.
43.
What's a movie you've watched more than 10 times?
There's a lot of them.
I want to raise it to 20 times.
Oh, 20 times?
Yeah, like, does that shorten the list?
I mean, every time Full Metal Jacket is on, I can't change the channel. Yes, that's the man. But also, I grew up in a home where we had The Breakfast Club on VHS, so I definitely watched that 20 times. Great movie.
100%. John Hughes. Amazing.
Need to do a sequel.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna. No. No. I'm gonna love you, but no. You know what I mean? Please.
49.
Oh. What's a creative choice? This is actually good. What's a creative choice in Star Trek that audiences probably won't notice, but you're really proud of?
A creative choice of mine, I assume?
Yeah.
Creative choice. I mean, there is a way that Leonard Nimoy pronounced censors, and anytime a word ends in like O-R-S, I always say ors. And so you can notice that throughout the series, to your delight or not.
This is for everyone. Favorite captain not named Pike?
Burnham.
Kirk.
I refuse to play this game. I'm gonna piss somebody off.
I'll leave it alone unless you want to answer. No. I was looking at it. We don't. Whatever you want.
Yeah, Picard.
There we go. So one of the things about, I've seen the first 4 episodes of season 4, and one of the things is they're all just very ambitious, and every one is like, wow, that's a pilot. You know what I mean? Like, so what was it actually like reading these scripts, especially and not to do spoilers, but episode 2, which is like a horror episode. And I was like, wow, this is ballsy. You know what I mean?
It always feels like such an epic challenge every time we read each episode. Like, how can we possibly do this? And then we rise to the occasion.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also frequently feel that way. And when we read that script in particular, the Griffin incident, I was like, geez.
It's like, brutal.
Is this too far?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, when I was a kid and I watched Star Trek, I would tune in not to find out where they would end up. I tuned in to find out where they began. And every time we sat down with a new script, it was very much that feeling because these writers really delighted in throwing us. The other night, Akiva said, we quickly went from what can they do to what can we give them that they can't do. And we were always up for the challenge.
Yeah, the thing, I can't do any spoilers, but I'm just going to say that episode 2 it didn't go where I expected it to go. And I really it's an excellent episode. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you.
So what was it like? How many of the scripts did you get when you first started filming? And how much was it like you're just getting them one at a time and you're doing a table read and like?
Sometimes we don't get them until 3 days
before.
Prior. Yeah. Sometimes we get them. I think this season we got a couple. This season we got a few way in advance. Yeah. That was.
They had good lead time and they've been pretty good about getting us scripts, with enough time to prep.
Yeah, I recall only one instance of a script coming in like sort of day of or day before, which is rare, I think, for a show. It's wonderful for us because we then get to spend time with it and prepare.
I definitely have to ask you an individual. And again, I'm not going to do spoilers, but you have to do some singing in another language. And I'm just curious, when you read that in the script, are you like, what?
Yes, that's a perfect example of a challenge I didn't know I wanted. It felt insurmountable when I first read it, but I sing in Klingon. And I spent a lot of time with a dialect coach, making sure I got the dialect correct, the accent correct, translation correct, because there are at least 20 people in the world who speak fluent Klingon, and I wanted to make sure that those 20 people would be impressed. And I nailed it. I just, I made sure when we did the song, I made sure I got it absolutely down. And it was very exciting to do that.
I'll never forget the day you came in and played it for us all.
Oh my gosh.
It's
play it
epic.
again and again and
It's
again.
awesome. It's
so
perfect.
impressive.
What do you guys think is the most ambitious swing you take in season 4? Again, I've only seen the first 4, and I don't want to do spoilers, but how can you talk about it without,
It's an episode you haven't seen. Episode 5, I think, is our biggest swing. None of us, it's when we have to make, are we allowed to say puppets?
Yeah, we can.
Puppets.
We say
So-
puppets.
so
Puppets
puppets is the
and
answer.
puppets.
Oh, so
Yeah.
That's the wildest swing. I don't know if
the
it's
wildest
the
swing.
biggest.
It's funny because I think that some of our the musical episode people weren't open to. That they didn't think they thought we were going to ruin the franchise by doing a musical episode.
I thought that episode was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I did.
And I think people think that with the puppets as well, possibly.
Yeah.
But it works. I mean,
I love it.
I love it
It's
too.
one of my favorites of the season.
I think stylistically, probably episode 4
Oh.
in a lot of ways. Yeah.
noir, the noir episode.
Yeah. Episode 4 is also, I mean, again, I don't think this is a major spoiler to say it's in black and white. Is that a major?
We saw it in the teaser today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We
Yeah,
can
They
talk
had
about
clips of it in the teaser today.
Yeah, but it's also like what's really cool. It's also a very ambitious episode, and like it's dealing with a lot of stuff. Like, I can't talk. I don't want to say too much.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I changed. I'm changing my answer. Episode 7.
Which one's 7?
Which one's that?
Oh yeah.
Which one is it? Oh.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget about
Yeah,
that?
no,
That was hard.
Yeah.
we've season 4 is so jam packed with like an incredible array of different genres that when we say a number, we're like,
And also they
which
changed the
wackadoo
order.
stuff was that?
Yeah, and we
Yes.
filmed the seasons back to back essentially, and so they do get a little bit scrambled in our brains, I imagine.
By this time last year, we were already done shooting season 4. It's wild to think about and reflect on it. A year later,
Yeah.
it's man, yeah.
So who took your pup? Like, did any of you take your puppet home?
No, I wanted to. I begged, but they don't belong to us.
If you saw the price tag on those things, you would see why the answer is no.
They're probably going to become a traveling exhibit in some Star Trek tour.
Oh yeah,
And-
on a cruise
they're-
ship.
they're all
somewhere.
like-
Exactly. They're made by Jim Henson Studios.
Sure.
Yeah,
They're all in archive right now.
But I mean, we don't even know which characters had puppets, you know? I
that's
don't
true.
know. Right, everybody?
I
right?
have seen Pike's puppet, and I'm just going to say that how much were you involved in making sure his hair was tall enough?
They didn't consult me at all.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised the dedication of not only the puppeteers, but they would hold for touches on the puppets so that everyone's puppet looked like their character. And so a lot of us weren't there shooting, but I like to think that there was someone in there holding up production to just really perfect Pike's hair. It's very funny to me. It's a funny thought.
So I definitely am curious, like, because you've wrapped on the series, like you've finished season 5. Obviously, no spoilers, but like, what was your reaction to reading the series finale script and like filming that episode, knowing that you've made this great run of Star Trek? Again, I'm trying not to do spoilers.
No, I'll go for it. I think, given the fact that our show is a prequel, I think it felt really important for us to get as close to what in a perfect world, you can watch Strange New Worlds and then immediately start watching TOS, and there's not much of a gap between the stories of our characters and the stories of our legacy originators. And so I think for me, getting ready to shoot the series finale of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I was really like hungry for it to work. And I think looking back, it really did.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I think oftentimes you associate negative feelings or painful feelings with the ending of something. And for whatever reason, for me personally, I just felt so excited and thrilled to have been a part of this thing. I mean, even today we were sitting in Hall H and we saw a preview for the next season. And I was like moved to tears. I was like, I can't believe, because I don't often watch the show. And I was like, I can't believe that we're a part of this thing. And that really came to the forefront for me in those final episodes. And of course, there were moments of sadness and, of loss, but ultimately it was like, oh my gosh, we got to do this amazing thing together. It's a miracle for a show to go 5 seasons, and we finished the mission,
Yeah,
and so
5-year mission. You say it at the beginning of every episode.
Really triumphant.
I am curious, though, in the last few weeks of filming, how much were you hypothetically borrowing, knowing it's almost the end? And I'm like, I think I'm going to borrow this, and I'm going to borrow this, and...
Funnily enough, during our last few weeks of shooting, I think it was collaborative with the props team of like, hey, we have about 1,000 different badges. You can have one. Which one would you like? And yeah, I got to borrow some stuff. And when Paramount comes a knocking, I'll give it back, maybe. No.
I took home a uniform.
Yeah, everything was in coordination with the network and the department heads.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep my wig. I didn't get to keep my wig.
Me neither.
And they said, hey, we're going
did.
to reach out. And they never reached out. So I would still like my wig, please. Thank you.
Still waiting.
So I do have an individual...
I'd like my wig too, please.
I do have an individual question for you, if I can speak English. So in one of the episodes of the first 4, maybe it's 3, I don't remember, you have a pretty interesting tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm just curious, like, A, what was your reaction when you heard about it? And then B, how much did you ever get to leave set with it just to go around and see what people would react, like how they treat you having this tattoo?
You're assuming we have time to go out after we wrap at work.
Outside?
Yeah.
The first time I've seen the sun was today.
Well, I tried to convince them that the tattoo should be of Mike Tyson, but they didn't go for that. And that's all I'm going to say.
I have a great photo. I snuck a photo of, we often read when we're sitting in our chairs in the green room, and I snuck a photo of you with your tattoos, and it's
I will say this. There is a tattoo that you don't get to see in the episode, but then when I got sent the rough cut of the outtakes for the DVD, I sent it back and I say, put the scene with the other tattoo in this, or I'm not signing off. And they did. They did.
So I was always curious about that. When they include that kind of stuff, how much are they sending it to you and asking for permission, and how much is it?
They have to. You
They
have to.
have to. We all have to approve.
Oh, interesting. I was always wondering about that. Okay. Anyway, so what is the wildest idea? I don't know if you can answer this. That Henry and Akiva asked you to perform. And either like, is there something maybe
Singing in Klingon.
Yeah, I was going to say like on that level, like what is the thing that they've asked you to do that you're like, can I actually do this?
For me, it's an episode in season 4 that I can't spoil, but the finale of season 4 was a huge undertaking for me. And when I first read it, I was like, okay, they trust me to do this. I have to get out of my own head and get it done. And when I got to see the screener for the finale, I watched it back and I was like, oh, that's why they trusted me. It was a massive undertaking, and I'm really proud of it. And I can't wait for fans to see it.
I had to learn Argentinian tango and say technobabble, and I was like, are you kidding me? It's hard enough to do when you're not moving a muscle of your body, but to then be doing like kind of a complicated dance style and be talking about holograms and whatever the heck I was talking about. It took a lot of hours of rehearsal.
Yeah,
And I was
doing
like,
Star Trek dialogue while you're dancing, that's
cruel.
gotta be,
Yeah,
that is.
try it.
That's
Try it,
amazing.
everybody.
I can't imagine.
Well,
My hat goes off.
Wait, that was last season?
Yeah.
That was 3, yeah.
Because it was a repeated gesture throughout the season. And at one point I turned to Ethan and I said, now I think they're just messing with you.
It was stressful.
For me, it would be the last scene of episode 7 this season. It's probably that hardest thing I was asked to do. And then there was a harder thing in season 5.
Well, one of the things I'm so curious about is you guys, like, what is it like when because you're shooting TV, even though it's a huge, like a big cast, you still have to prep for everything, and especially with Star Trek and the dialogue. So, like, what is it like? You work Monday through Friday, and then you obviously know what's coming up the next week. What is the weekend like for you in terms of trying to, like, how do you have downtime when you know how much stuff you still have to prep for the following week?
We go home and work on it. Yeah. And our weekends are short because we usually work very, very, very late into Friday.
Sure.
And start very early on Monday morning. So
Yeah, it's not uncommon to finish around 2 or 3 in the morning Saturday and have to go back at it 7 a.m. Monday.
But I will say the Fridays were a little less severe on Strange New Worlds from Discovery.
Oh, man.
Discovery
was...
those hours were brutal.
Like
Discovery.
6 a.m. out the door on Saturday kind of deal. I don't know why there was that difference.
I don't either.
I've never been on a show where a director can just arbitrarily decide to go into overtime. And they did on that show. It was just expected that we would shoot 14 hours a day.
I think
We
for
were
budgetary
always-
reasons, we were like,
We were wrapping at 6, 7, 8 a.m. often on
too
Saturday
much.
mornings. Yeah.
and then to go in on like, Monday at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
or 4 a.m. Well, because I did prosthetics and all that nonsense. So
I'm like, what?
So you end up spending most of your weekend at home running dialogue.
yeah.
And also that 12 to 14 hours does not include travel time,
Sure.
hair and makeup, any prep that comes in before call.
No, totally. And like the thing is, like, I've been very lucky, and I've been on a number of sets, and people don't realize the hours on television. It's really intense, and unlike a movie, which eventually wraps in 25 to 80 days, whatever that number is, I mean, you're filming for months and months and months, and maintaining these hours. It's like, wow.
I think for our show, because it's an ensemble-based show, there are moments where, at least for me, there's timing where it's a really intense couple of weeks where you're in all 5 days, every single hour, and then you'll have a couple 3-day weekends and you'll get to catch up on sleep, which is incredible. And we shoot in Toronto, and when it's not freezing cold, I enjoyed like going to Trinity Bellwoods and taking my iPad and turning my brightness all the way down so that no one can see what I'm reading over my shoulder, and just trying to get some sunlight and do my lines at the same time.
So I'm basically out of time, but just real quick, we're at Comic-Con and everyone here likes to collect things. And I'm just curious, I'm sure you do not have the time, or even maybe, I don't even know if you want to walk the convention floor, but if you could, what would you be looking to buy? Is there something that you collect, or is there something you'd be looking to buy for like a friend or a family member?
I'm always looking for something for my daughter. Always. Yeah. She gives me orders and then I have to go look for it. This time around, she wants something with a rainbow on it. So
You can find that.
Oh, I found something.
What, did you go on the convention floor?
No, but a college buddy of mine is here, and he did it for me. God bless him.
I collect dice for Dungeons and Dragons, and I have established a much bigger collection than I wanted to. So I would love to get on the convention floor and get a nice pair of shiny dice. I carry one with me. I had one in my hand when we were doing our panel today at Hall H, just a little fidget
She's
something.
a fidgety
12-sided.
girl.
She's a
12-sided die.
fidget lady.
12, you saw it. Yeah, I have a D12.
I know my dice.
Yes, you do, from Aether Objects. Shout out them.
I like buying vintage video game cartridges, particularly for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. So I will often purchase those on the convention floor. And then I wish that the new Star Trek Magic the Gathering set had some more availability. I thought that maybe I do play Magic, so maybe
haven't reached out
be
to
like
you
packs
yet?
of Magic cards. What?
They gotta reach out to you. You're like you love Magic.
Yeah, we'll see. See what
I
happens.
collect classic first run movie posters, and I think it was when we were at Virginia Beach, they had an amazing booth, and we just went and we almost bought them out.
Yeah.
And I found one with your grandfather.
Yeah.
And got it for him. There was Samson and Delilah. Was that it? Or no,
gosh, what
it
was
wasn't
it?
that. It was, I forget what it was.
I can't
But it was
remember
a
either.
gladiator film that your grandfather was in.
Yeah.
I got nothing. We barely get to walk the main hall at all. But this morning, Gene Roddenberry's son, Rod Roddenberry, who's with us, let me look at close up the original script for The Cage that belonged to his mother, Majel Barrett Roddenberry. I play the character that his mother originated. She had signed the front of the script and it had all of her notes inside.
Whoa.
Yes. And I took close-up pictures of all of this. And originally, you could see that the character was originally written for a man because in a lot of the stage directions, it said, he does this or his, this or that. And she circled every single one and said, change this. Back to her.
That's so cool.
They have the original shooting model of the Enterprise here.
Yeah.
That they just found, which I think should be in the Smithsonian.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I do have to do a follow-up with you if you don't mind. Why Super Nintendo and Genesis over other video game systems? And as you're buying the cartridges, how much does it matter that like the cartridge is in like perfect condition versus just having like any version of the cartridge?
Okay, wow. So
This is the nerdiest.
step out
This
and
is the
y'all can have this
nerdiest
conversation.
question I
Yeah,
have
y'all
ever
can,
heard.
Y'all can leave. I mean, because Super Mario World is a masterpiece, and I grew up playing that, and that was just my generation of games. And I used to really care about like it'd be nice to have the instruction manual and the bot and all that stuff. But like now I'm just like I like to play them, and they're gonna get used, and I might as well just get a playable copy and enjoy it, and maybe it goes to someone else someday.
You don't have an Atari?
No. Oh, and because there's a company called Analog that re-engineered some of these classic systems, and it outputs like true HD and takes.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. You get it. We won't bore them with the details of
for
Analog.
people
You guys are speaking a different
I
language.
have to wrap, but basically,
That's right.
if you are interested in vintage consoles, they've all been done where you have an HDMI cable out now, rather than like the old UHF thing.
Huh?
I mean, okay.
Right, everybody?
I believe you.
And so like, but recently I just saw the Intellivision Spirit, and like there's other basically all the old consoles you can now buy with HDMI, so you can hook it up to a modern TV, and it looks great. And
I know those
you know, it's if you're interested in those kind of things, and I actually really do like the older games that are just very simple button control. I don't need to push 29 different things to equip a sword, but that's just me. You know
Same
what I'm
here.
talking about.
I know what you're talking
sure.
about.
Right.
For
On that
sure,
note,
yeah.
I got to stop. I'm just going to say thank you all so much for coming in. And I really do want to thank you for all the entertainment on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. I've really enjoyed the show. I can't wait to see where it's all going to go.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
please
Thank you.
stay tuned for more interviews here at Collider.